Hello, my name is Kelly Bluen. I am a certified Zentangle teacher, and I also love to doodle. So welcome to my series where we do 5 videos a week. Some of them are Zentangle patterns, some of them are Zentangle inspired, and some of them are just doodles. So I am going off of this April Doodle Challenge from cutelittlepaper.com. And since I'm only doing 5 days a week, we're skipping a couple of them, specifically the Easter ones, because Easter already happened. Okay, so today is the 11th, my son's 20th birthday, and the prompt today is Garden Gnome. So if you have been following me, you know that I love to do gnomes, and I have a Christmas gnome and an Easter gnome and a St. Patrick's Day one. So I have some really fun ones in my videos if you want to go back and watch any of them. And so for today, I thought for the first time we would attempt to make a girl gnome. So I don't know, we'll see how this goes. All right, I've got my little journal here. I always say it's linked below in the description, but someone told me it is in fact not linked below. So I will make sure to link that tonight. I promise I will try to remember. So then you can make your cute little cover. And then I've got my Micron pen, I've got a kneaded eraser, and then these are just number 2 pencils, graphite pencils from Zentangle, and my little blending tools. Okay, so let's go. Yesterday was the butterflies. I hope you enjoyed that one. And today is the gnome. All right, I'm going to grab a pencil and then we will go over it in pen later. So the first thing I want to do is just put in the ground. So I just want to put in a nice little area. We're going to have our gnome be about this big and then her hat about that big. If you want to put yours more towards the bottom, of course you can. Okay, so I always start with the nose of my gnomes. So I'm going to imagine about 2 fingers for her body, and then I'm going to put in her little nose, and then about 3 fingers left up here for her hat. I'd like her hat to be a little bit taller than her body. So we're going to put in just an oval about the size of my pinky nail. My light's kind of funny tonight. Okay. All right, so I always put in the nose of the gnome, and then I do the hat. And so for her hat, I want it to be nice and droopy. So I want it to come down here and go up over her nose and then droop again down on this side. And we're going to give her a nice tall pointy hat. So I'm going to put a little dot towards the top of the paper. And then we can just sort of wiggle our way down to that edge, and then I like to round it out a little bit. And we'll do more with the hat later. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to put in her shoes so that those are in before we put in her hair. So underneath her nose, right down here, this is about the center where the top of her hat is, the nose, and then like in between the shoes. So I want to put one shoe here and one shoe over here. So I'm just putting these down on the ground so that they are in place. And they should be probably about the size of her nose. I could even make these a little bit bigger. Okay, so now whenever we do the regular gnomes, we always put in a nice big fluffy beard at this point. But because this is a girl, we are going to attempt to draw braids. Okay, let's see if we can do this. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, are you ready to try this? All right, so I'm going to go about maybe not quite halfway between the edge and her nose, But I'm going to put in this little line going that way. And same thing on this side. I'm going to put a little line going that way. All right, and then I'm going to put a zigzag, and I want this zigzag to get a little bit smaller and smaller as we go down, and then I'm going to stop it right above the shoes. Okay, so here comes the fun part and kind of difficult part, so hopefully we can make this work. Okay, so this is going to be like the edge of her hair that is going to be tucking into the next part. So I'm going to take my pencil and go to the bottom of that, and I'm just going to curve up here. And then this one, I'm going to come off of this side and curve up into there. Then this one, I'm going to curve up into that curve. Let's just do this side for now and curve up and curve up. And then this one, curve up, curve up. Look at that cute little braid. I think we did it. Okay, let's do it over here. So this is that edge that's going to be going in. So we want to curve this one up. We want to curve this one up. Then we come down here and we curve up, curve up, curve up. Yay! Now I have no idea how to end it. I'm just teasing. We'll figure it out. But isn't that cute? Like this one needs to be a little bit smaller. Look at those braids. I kind of love them. All right, let's put a bow at the end. So right at this little tip here, I'm just going to put in a circle and a circle. And then we can, erase the pencil lines later. Let's put in a fluffy bow on each side. However you like to make your little bows. And then I want her hair to come out, and we're just going to let it like come out onto the ground a little bit, like over her shoe and onto the ground. So it's going to come out. Does that make sense? Should come out from under the bow, not the side of the bow, Kelly. There we go. And you can always make the bows a little bit bigger when we ink them in. We did it. All right. So she does not have like, if you want, you could put in like a V-neck dress. I'm just going to pretend everything under her nose is her dress. And then I'm going to let it come out here just a little bit and out here just a little bit and tuck in. And it's going to come right over her shoes there. And we can give her a little arm and a little arm. And then her hand, let's give her just like a little thumb, like her hand's kind of sticking out a little bit, because then we'll put some flowers and stuff in there. This one, let's just give her a little round hand. I feel like the thumb wouldn't be there, so I'm just going to give her a round hand, and we're going to let the thing just kind of go in behind. Okay. So there we go. We drew a basic girl gnome. Let's go ahead and put some ink on that. All right, I'm going to begin with the nose. And then I'm going to do her hat. That's going to go up and down and around. I like giving it a little bit of a wiggle as it goes up And if you want to change your hat and you want to have it like tipping over with some stuff hanging off of it, you can. There's so many beautiful variations. Okay, I'm going to do her little shoes just because I like to get those in there. And I'm going to ink those in. She's going to have nice dark black shoes. If you want to make yours cute and put little buckles or bows or ties on them, you can. But I'm just going to keep mine simple today. I like starting with the easiest version of something, and then once I kind of know how to make it, then I can adjust it the next time I make it. Okay, I'm going to do her little braids. So I'm going to do my zigzag first. I'm going to do my bow because I want to get that in there before I do her hair. Put in her little braids. Those are so cute. I'm going to do the bottom of her hair and this little wispy thing. Her dress. And her arms. So cute. I'm going to give her a little reflection on her nose. All right, I'm going to add some ink to the ground before I forget. All right, let's do some things to her hat. So I'm going to put some stitches along the bottom. And let's give her a little patch over on the side. Maybe we can put some little flowers in there. And then just some little stitches. That's pretty cute. And on this side, I want to give her a flower. So I'm going to put in the center of a flower. I'm going to let it go right over that line. And then I'm going to put in some petals, and I'm just going to make sure that it lines up with the side of her hat since I already inked that in. You can always make that center larger if you need to, and we can add some little flicks in the petals. Over here, let's draw a little butterfly like we did yesterday. So I'm going to do its little head and little body kind of swooping up. And I'll give it some legs. And then from where the head and the body meet, I can go up and do a nice big wing and then a smaller wing. Some little antenna. And some decorations on its wings. All right, let's give her a couple of flowers in her hand. So I'm just going to put in a couple of stems there. And you can make whatever flower you like. I'm just going to put in oval with some kind of funky little petals. Maybe I'll do a little tulip type flower over here. So I make a U and then I cross over, and put in a little top. So also on her hat, I like to put these little tiny like double loops that sort of look like loose thread maybe. You can also put some little flicks as if her hat is sort of falling apart from working so hard in the garden. Okay, on the braids, I'm going to add, I'm not really going to shade this. Well, I might, I don't know. So I just want to like where the hair goes down in, I'm going to give it a little bit of like little um, flicks as if that's her hair sort of tucking into the next part. And then some little flicks down here. So let's see, this one goes into here. This is not important, just a little tiny detail. I'm going to give the bow a couple of little lines. That looks pretty cute. All right, I'm going to put in a mushroom just because I think mushrooms go well with gnomes. I don't have a lot of room for a big mushroom, so let's see. I'm going to come down like this and round the bottom and come up a little bit more narrow on top. And then we can put this rounded top over it. So it's like a big wobbly U and then this rounded top. And then from that rounded top, we can come down on both sides as if those are meeting up behind the stem. And then we need the top of the mushroom, which mushrooms can take any shape you want. So I'm just going to put in like a little bell type shape, but you can do whatever you want. You can even make it go behind her a little bit. We can add some big mushroomy details. And then under the mushroom, if this stem was going up into the middle, then it would have these little, what are those called? Gills? I don't even know. Those little things coming out. You could even put some little flicks on there if we want. And then I love to add grass just by putting in some little bumpy things like that. You can add bugs if you want. You can add flowers in the background if you want. You could add some details on her dress if you want it to be striped or have cute little flowers on it. Whatever you'd like. Isn't that adorable? I love this so much. All right, so again, this is pretty basic. Play with this, have fun with it. Change up her hair, change up the hat, add some more bugs and creatures and fun things, and add color. Most of these doodles, I'm not going to take the time to add color, but you can use watercolor, colored pencil, gel pens, crayons, whatever you have, and make it beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed that one, our cute little garden gnome, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.